Attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of Axe Ministry, Axe Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinate ministries and or nonprofits. All right, everybody, be sure and look towards the camera, so we're not talking at each other's faces. Do you need attention, Steve?
Yes, I do.
Good morning. Coming to you live from Axe Media Group headquarters here in the beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's The Morning Drive with Matt and Jay with your hosts, Matt and Jay, Steve, and Jordan.
Hello. Hello.
Boy, I got the music a little loud today.
Just kidding.
We were unable to complete our overhaul of the studios yesterday. What's my favorite part? Give it a second. All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
My name is Steve.
My name is Jordan.
And we are glad to have you here with us today. If you didn't see the show yesterday with Susan Abar, A Penny for Your Thoughts, that was from 9 to 10. Oh, my goodness. You got to go back and watch that. That thing, man, I tell you
It
what.
was chill.
Amazing testimony. Amazing. It was amazing.
I felt like I
So
meditated.
the studio has not been made over yet. We here at Axe, we're all volunteers, and yesterday we had so much come up.
And today again.
And today, so tomorrow morning, we'll be here, rewiring, soldering, drilling,
Doing
moving.
what necessary.
The drilling will be inside this time.
Yeah, right. The drilling will be. Well, I mean, we're not going to really. Well, we really won't do any drilling very much. I wish I had more of these mics to put on that other table over there. But, hey, we are doing what we can with what we have. And, with your help, we could do more. Go online to axemediagroup.com. If God so moves your heart to help us out, go to the Donate Now portion of the website.
Mm-hmm.
And, put in the amount there. You can do a $1, as much as you want to put on there. You can do a one-time donation, or you can make it a monthly occurrence. I know I don't say this enough. I really don't talk about it a lot. But, it's made possible through our sponsors and through viewers like you. I sounded like I was a public television network there.
Yes, you do.
So, we would be glad. Also, another way you can help is by liking and sharing these videos on your timeline, on your stories, and with any other media source that you use, Instagram, things like that. Go ahead and share these links. Our YouTube channel is Axe Media Group on YouTube, and that's ACTS for those of you who don't know. Go on there, subscribe. Stop it, you guys. Stop.
See, I'm innocent over here. I'm not. Do you guys need
Son,
attention?
What did I say? What did I say?
We're not spamming it. We're not spamming it.
I don't want you guys spamming that because people are trying to watch this. I see you doing that.
I pressed it once.
I understand it's fun, whatever, but people are trying to watch the show, and
Good morning.
now there's all these little faces going up everywhere. Some
Yeah,
people,
They get watch.
some people,
Boom! It's gone.
yeah. Well, that's unnecessary.
Gotcha. I'll stop.
All right. Well, I just
Nice
look
way
over.
to start the show, though.
It is getting on to people. Sorry. It's a good show of love.
You know, sometimes we're a little
Do
out
you-
of control.
Do you need attention?
Do you need attention?
No, I'm good. I've got all the attention right here.
We've got a lot of love around here, don't
Oh
we?
yeah.
I can just feel the love.
Because
I'm
and
feeling
you
it.
know what? I know that seemed harsh, and I'm sorry to get on in front of everybody, but I know that this one, and you know how this is. I know this because
He'll
he is
get carried
me.
away.
He will do it through the entire show. The
He'll get carried away.
entire hour will be nothing but that, and
Yesterday
people
was.
will people will log off. They don't want to see it.
Hey, folks.
You
Good
know?
morning.
They'll get dizzy. They'll get.
But we have people watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we do.
Welcome to the show.
Thank
What
you.
was the
Thank you
title?
for watching.
Do you need attention?
Duh.
That was
actually
the title of the show.
That's
Do
actually.
you need
dumb
attention,
part
ladies and
was
gentlemen?
correct.
We are here to be attentive.
And that kind of, and I'll be preaching a sermon later, and recording a sermon, and then preaching a sermon on Sunday at Northwest Baptist. But and it's on love, and part of love is attention, right?
Yes.
Attention.
I think so.
I think so.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
it depends on what kind of attention you give somebody. Now, Pastor Paul was talking about, not Dr. Paul, Pastor Paul Clark from Northwest Baptist. He was talking about how love is kind. It's not always nice,
No. Right.
and you
Like
know,
we saw a perfect demonstration of that just a
it-
moment ago.
yes. And see, thank you
We
for
did.
being so patient with us.
He's
What was
silent.
this- what- that
Silent
is-
can be
what is-
deadly, you know.
What kind of smile is that?
I don't know. He's all right.
The smile, the dead silence, that speaks.
I don't mind you
volumes.
doing that. Just don't do it through the whole show, please.
Volumes.
Yeah, volumes. What? Oh, that look?
Yeah, if the smile.
Brick wall,
speaks
right
volumes.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like throwing a bottle up against a brick wall.
Smacked in the face by the Hoover Dam.
By the Hoover Dam. Who in the world would be able to pick up the Hoover Dam and smack you in the face with it?
Somebody that's got a lot of strength.
The water.
It's like,
The
oh, man.
water on the other side.
That
The
dam
water?
looks heavy. You must work out.
You must work out.
Someone lifting up the Hoover Dam. You obviously want attention.
I need attention.
Do you need attention, Jay?
It sounds
No.
like it.
Do you guys need
I
attention?
want attention.
Son, do you need attention?
No.
Are you going to be watching videos the whole time now because I got onto you?
No.
Because we need you to help interact with the people.
It's called.
Interactions.
It's called.
My
It's
Facebook
called
won't-
pouting, Matt.
My
called
Facebook
It
pouting.
is
won't
called-
load comments. so.
It's not as bad as he used to be at pouting.
We love him.
We do, absolutely.
Oh, this is all in
My
fun. I
Facebook
hope.
won't reload comments.
Wholeheartedly.
If we weren't on the air, right now, I'd be pushing him around.
Yeah, shoving him.
Big time.
What are you, H&R shoving stuff? So,
If you didn't grow up in the '70s watching TV, you would have.
He's
That
pretty
was-
quick.
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. He's definitely my child.
You're gonna make me.
I can tell.
It was funny because he came in and he's like, "We're a family unit." And I'm like, "Yeah, about that."
That was funny.
Well, the smile, whether it's showing the
Good
teeth
morning.
or just smile, I could tell you're father and son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who was it? I had to take something to somebody yesterday, and he was on the phone with my friend, and he said, "Yeah, he definitely does look like him." I don't even know what the conversation was before that, but he was, letting him know that I was on the way over there or whatever, and they were still on the phone. And we came in the door, and he's like, "Yeah, he does look exactly like him, just a little bit shorter,
Younger.
younger."
Much younger.
Hey, I'm 40, not
Just remember
52.
I was just
The
gonna
older
say,
he
hey,
gets,
now wait
the
a
younger
minute.
you
Now
get.
be careful.
Oh, he just. Oh.
I just hit the nail on two heads there for a
Yes,
second.
you did.
What was there something
Wait,
about
you're 52 now, right?
51?
Oh,
Yeah. Close. Very close.
But I'm not way. I shouldn't say that. But I'm
65,
above
right?
that. What?
I need
Well,
to.
hey, you know what? That cream really does work.
The creamer.
No, the cream. He said I'm 65, and I said, man, that face cream really works.
All right.
All right, so let me the nail on two heads there for a
Yes,
second.
you did.
There we go.
My comments won't refresh. So.
I don't know why it's doing that. Morning, Steve Schultz, Larry Melton. Good morning, my friends. I am
Morning.
picking pickles.
Picking
Can't see
pickle?
any change in the setup. No, Steve. I had just said a few minutes ago. I think you weren't here. We did not get time to do that because this is going to take us a few hours to do this, maybe more, because not only do we do that, we move things and we have to take a screenshot to test what the scene looks like. That's what we had to do with this one beforehand because there's going to be a lot of moving around up here, and it's
Yeah, this is going to be kind of complicated because if we spread out and make all that room here, then we have another show that does things completely differently.
well we're gonna
Where's
have
their
to we're
studio
gonna have to
gonna be?
make it to where
It
like
goes
maybe they're going long ways over there.
probably underneath that.
Yeah, and we can
OM
put that curtain up
AMP
over.
side.
Hey, that's a great idea. Put that curtain up over there, so that way all you really have to do
It's just turn
is
the
just
camera.
turn the camera.
Yeah.
So we're working on it, folks.
Yeah, we love
This
you.
is the designing portion of this because we want to remain compliant and respect to others that show up here. We want to make sure we're not spreading that coronavirus around everywhere. The three of us are a family unit here. Steve and him are 6 feet apart, and you guys are not talking directly into each other's face. So, in that aspect, we are, and we want to make it more so. We want to go overboard with it as far as like this right here will be more than 6 feet apart whenever someone's sitting here, and then these will be probably like 8 to 10 feet apart. The way we're doing.
Hello over there.
Piece of dust.
Oh,
See, it's not just me.
with that mask on, it looks like you've got
So
a
I
beak.
want to explain the "do you need attention" thing, because it sounds. All right, so I started saying that.
To me,
Yes, but I said it because we're close,
Yeah.
and I understood that not only would it be funny, but it would also break the ice when I actually thought maybe you did need attention, that you were acting in a certain way that I thought maybe something was wrong, and that you needed to talk about it or something.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure, and a lot of times
Do you
it's
need
not,
attention,
or
man?
maybe there's something on your mind. But I would say, do you need attention?
And
Because
it
you were
is-
acting out.
it is
So
it is funny. I act out all the
now-
time though for no
Right.
reason.
But that's what
now
I did
they're
with him earlier
explaining
too.
why they need attention.
And so he's the new. I'm gonna have to say that a lot to him.
Yeah, yeah, and it does make you aware
You've
of.
already tried to
And you
break
know
me
what
in,
it does?
so-
Yeah.
It does.
Good.
Yeah, you're included.
Good morning,
now,
Uncle Ray.
You're,
What
you're
it
in.
does
When
is
I
it
start saying that to you.
it makes you aware of how you're feeling
You
at the
like
time
me.
too. It
Yeah.
makes you stop. It makes you stop and check your feelings and emotions,
Yeah.
and see if maybe in fact you do need attention. Your body and your mind are telling you
Body
that. without-
language says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. I like attention. I always have. That's just part of. That's one of my downfalls.
As a teenager, I always did. You know, of course, from my testimony, you already know that I really needed attention
Larry says
elsewhere.
some people don't need attention; they need detention.
Whoa.
I'm like a cat that way though.
That
you know,
was
I'm
good
like,
stuff,
oh, I'm
Larry.
like purring and rubbing again. You know, because
Yeah,
I think,
and then you go to pet, and you're like,
yeah, it's
Right.
like all claws.
Like grandma and grandpa's
Yeah,
cat.
sometimes
oh yeah.
Tilly and Jackson,
Delilah.
they think they need attention when they really don't. They're my pets. And so they think they need attention all the time.
They're pets.
I think with cats though, it's probably revenge.
Yeah.
They're luring you in.
They
getting
lure
you
you
to
in with the
expose
hope of
yourself in their most-
Attention, because it's to get attention from a cat, you feel honored.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
You're like,
cool
this
cat.
I
this
got too
cat
much
wants to
attention
spend
one
time with me. Cats are antisocial creatures.
Especially when they start putting their,
Unsociable.
kneeling their head. or
Mom
putting
and
their
Dad's
head-
cat, Delilah, you'll be standing there, and she'll sit in front of you, or she'll stand in front of you, walk in front of you, and plop down on her side and on her back. You pet her stomach maybe once, and that's it. And then it's like, so she'll trip you. She makes sure that you pay attention to her.
You know, it's funny. Cats are sensitive when it comes
I
to
don't
the
do it
stomach
that way.
area. You know, when you try to touch their stomach, they like it for maybe 2 seconds, then all of a sudden it's like, get away from me.
Yeah,
And that's
I
the way
had a
Tilly.
really.
That's the way Tilly is, and she's
That was-
only 2 years old. But it's funny.
We'll
But
have
she's
to
got
explain.
nails that like pins, like real sharp pins. You get stuck with one of those, and you feel
What?
like
Who does?
my cat Tilly. She's 2 years old.
Is
she's
she
got-
part hedgehog?
I don't know.
Because hedgehogs, they have little spinies. They're actually related to porcupines.
No,
What were you
I'm-
gonna say? Do you need attention?
Do you
Do
need
you need
attention?
attention?
Do you need attention?
Do you, need
You were saying
attention?
something though.
Whenever Delilah,
All right, everybody, pay attention to Jordan.
Okay, everybody, look at Jordan.
You know, this is kind of uncomfortable, but the Delilah trapped me in the back room.
Oh, that was so
and wouldn't
funny.
let me go.
So,
Who's Delilah?
Delilah is Mom and Dad's
Cat.
Russian blue.
Oh, yeah.
And and all Russian blues are like that. That's crazy to me.
But why did it have
Morning,
to be
Craig
me?
Hubbard.
So
1.3 million people out of power in New York.
What? Uh-oh.
who said that?
When was this, Steve? When did this occur? Some people don't need attention; they need detention.
I know that's,
That's so funny.
Larry, you are so
that's
on.
crazy to me.
Well, you're a good ventriloquist.
Yeah, that was very good.
Could you imagine reliving those?
What?
Yeah,
Who said
Steve
that?
Schultz. What is When this was about this, the Steve? 1.3 million people?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
We need to give that story some attention.
What? What story? Some attention?
Let's see, 1.3 million. Let's
Yeah,
see.
now that's attention worthy.
So let's look up power outage.
That's attention worthy. Wow. You know, there's so much going on right now in New York anyway.
Too
New
much.
York City.
Too much. What? How much more can they take?
Well, how much more can the nation take? That's what I want to know.
I mean, it's New York City in itself is being ripped apart.
The power outage, according to ABC, leaves large swaths of Manhattan in the dark.
Oh man.
Any word on what causes it? What's causing it?
I don't know. We're going to find out a little bit.
Oh,
here.
blackout. Well, that means they're short on power. Somebody's using an excess of power somewhere.
Cast darkness in large swaths, Manhattan, early Friday, so that's today, right?
Yep.
As tens of thousands of people in other parts of New York City were still without electricity in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Isaias. Spokesperson
No.
for Consolidated Edison said Friday's blackout started 5:13 a.m. in Manhattan. So that was, I guess, last Friday? Or was that today?
Manhattan.
Today.
The Upper West Side, the Upper East Side, and affected 180,000 customers. The outage lasted about half an hour, he said. Another 5,000 customers lost power in separate outage in Queens. The cause of Friday's outages wasn't immediately known.
And we thought, but any update on Beirut?
They've been working around the clock to restore power. So I don't know what the cause. I guess in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Isaias. That's to my understanding. I mean, that's a good reason, I guess. I mean, tropical storm could.
They said it's not that. Edison Power said it's not that.
They did.
Yeah.
Well, that was quick change.
Well, one of the things that I read here said that, but
Depends
okay.
on the
Con
news
Edison
source.
says Manhattan power outage unrelated to tropical storm.
Wow.
And be careful with the news source. You know, you got to be careful. There's
Yeah, the problem is you can't trust any news source anymore. You can't.
I mean,
That is not. I know. I hate that.
network is getting that way.
News used to be part of the checks and balances. That was,
Yeah.
and now it's like all they're interested in is,
Well,
is
the news wasn't.
unseating the
Free
president.
press. The free press was.
Yeah,
So
the-
the news.
There's
yeah.
Maybe social media is not as good as we thought.
The
Maybe-
social media is
'cause
horrible.
You think you can get all the information you want about something anywhere you get. And I realized this a while ago when I started seeing videos, when I was looking up something that I needed to learn about a project I was doing or something I had to do. And I was getting information that was false, that would actually, and remember people were putting their phones in the microwave to charge them?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So there's this false perception that you can get any information you need
And that it's
on demand
yeah.
because actually there's a lot of people pumping out false information, and it's almost becoming, and it'll ruin it. It'll ruin the platforms. They'll collapse because people will stop going to them if they discover that the information they're getting is false, and they'll try to find another outlet. And how do you find one that you can trust? I hate finding out all the time that what I was told is false and being told as a fact.
good morning.
Yes, I
Stacy.
am linked. Mostly linked to the Preserve Power Pack.
And they bait you.
That's part of the makeover.
And they clickbait you.
Yeah, they do. They
Clickbait.
put pictures of something that looks.
You know
really
why they do that?
Because they know that you won't.
They need attention.
They need attention. Exactly right.
Exactly. Your
So you're going to be at
thoughts.
the church at 12 today, Jay?
Jay?
You're going to be at the church at 12 today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Pastor asking?
He's asking me what time I'm going to be there, and I'm going to kind of be there when you're there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to be there.
So you think you're still going to be there at about 1?
Me?
Or you have to work, don't you?
I have to be to work at 2.
Oh, so then.
But I was supposed to be there at noon. I think. Is that him right now?
Yeah, I'm going to
Is
see.
that going to have to change?
Well, no. I mean, he's just talking so I can pre-record. Anyways, continuing on.
Yeah, because
Yeah, welcome to the morning drive.
I about typed in "I need attention" on here for some reason. But I think it's funny is Larry Mountain says it's cold outside today. I need a sweet shirt. Larry, do you need
Sweet shirt.
attention?
I need a sweet looking shirt. Oh no, he said sweet shirt. So where do you get those, Larry? Just kidding. I know what you meant.
I'm sorry.
They're obviously.
Okay. So sorry.
obviously, they're being.
I stay really, really busy.
Yes, apparently.
Right? I got so much stuff to do. It's insane. If I were to sit down and write down all the stuff that I have to do, it would probably blow me away. I don't really think about it. So sometimes I overbook myself. And, this week I didn't overbook myself. I have to stay busy.
My Friday today is going to be insane.
Is it? Well,
Yep,
your Thursday wasn't?
No, that was insane.
Mister calling me from a tow truck. Hey, I'm in a tow truck right now.
You almost said that in a Canadian accent.
I did. I just about did. Michigan.
In Michigan or
So I said, "What happened to your car now, Steve?"
Well, nothing else happened.
I don't think it's my fault. He says, "It's not my fault." Turns out
it wasn't my fault.
It wasn't your fault. But I was, from now on, I'm be like, Steve, do you need attention?
Apparently, I
Now-
did yesterday.
Some people might authentically
But I was got
want
ran
attention.
into 3 times.
Yeah.
I think sometimes I try to read people, and I say that because I think maybe it's true. And it is funny, and it's a good way to break the ice.
Some people may not get it, though, as a joke.
Well,
I mean, I
I don't
do.
just go saying it to anybody.
See, I would.
No.
That's my problem.
There's certain people that you would say that to.
Yeah.
And if they know that you're just joking around on them, but if you go up to
Well,
somebody and
I
say
am
you need
joking.
attention, they're going to say, "Excuse me?"
I'm joking, but I'm not.
Right, because you're reading the people.
You're opening
I'm
yourself
trying
up.
to, yeah,
Yeah, you're opening yourself up to be able to help them,
and breaking the ice so that it takes all the
which is a prime example.
So sometimes there's an anxiety and something's on your mind, but you're not sure how to break the ice and talk about it. But if somebody recognizes that something's going on that you need to talk about and say, "Hey, do you need attention?" Well, sometimes that's like, "Hey, that's the open door right there to say what's on your mind that you couldn't, find the words to at least say to start it."
There's a
Right.
logo on Matt's shirt. There is a logo on the back of
Oh,
my
are we doing a
T-shirt. He's
commercial?
wearing a polo.
Oh,
No,
is it?
Jim was asking, "Is there a logo?"
Have we done a commercial today?
We're getting ready to.
He just asked if there was a logo on your shirt, and I'm like, "On mine, yes, in the back. I'm wearing a T-shirt. Matt's wearing the polo."
Okay, so yeah, let me pull up where we got these from, and I'll stand up and stick my shirt up in the camera so you guys can see it. Wait a minute. You know what? I've got a camera right here on my computer.
Where to go?
All right.
You can buy a truck for as much as a house. And Mustangs.
So I'm going to have to figure something out here to make it. All right, everybody, check this out. So you can't see it. Check it out. It's a little shiny, but yeah. These are done by Ozark Mountain Craft Mall. 1940 in Missouri, 76 in Branson, Missouri. 417-320-1221. Go and check it out. They make mugs. They do all kinds of stuff. They also have, 30-plus vendors there that do different things. Some people ply their crafts and such.
Right, live. You can go watch them.
Yeah.
The glass, a guy makes images in glass and everything, and so he's doing glass work. There's
Etching?
woodwork.
I don't know how you
Etching
do
with a
that.
tool or
Yes.
like a photo that they
No,
transfer.
no.
Etching.
Yes.
Wow.
Jennifer's the one that does the other with the decals and the. She makes awesome mugs and tumblers and stuff.
Mugs and tumblers. Do they make mugs with chips in them? With a chip in the edge?
She could if
I
you
thought
ask
about
her.
getting you one and
She could
chipping
just
it.
drop
you
it.
know.
And, of course, it might break instead of chip. So
So I wonder, do you think maybe some of the social unrest might be due to the media that we have, that people are needing personal attention and actual, like maybe there's a bunch of, like, remember when the economy shut down? And
Yeah.
Trump said there's a pent up demand, or how did he describe that?
I don't know.
So there's this pent up demand for something, but the thing is, having grown up that way and suddenly becoming adults, in a way, they're not even sure what they need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why they're just going with and jumping on board with anything that gives them the opportunity to express such a dramatic expression.
Yeah.
That's overwhelming and dramatic, over the top. Is there some of that? I mean, what do you do for a generation of people who have gone decades as adolescents and young adults without any real intimate teaching or interacting from an adult who can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Help them develop in their life, but because it just seems like there's just no explanation for it, and I'm not trying to accuse, I'm not trying to.
Morning, Steve.
I'm not
Bruno.
trying. You know what I mean?
Jana.
So you like if there's something on
Dwayne.
your mind, something shows in you, and we can, you know what I mean? But this doesn't show anything.
Right.
No.
So something can be building inside of somebody, but they're still fully occupied.
They're
and
not dealing with
engaged
it.
with something.
This is detracting them away from their actual situation.
Interaction.
Right.
Right, but after doing this for a decade or two, video games and now social media and our phones and stuff, all of that. So the way you express it is to it's sort of, you're frustrated and you're searching and all that, but this is the outward expression.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And people
Especially-
aren't aware of how to actually adequately and concisively and appropriately express, hey, I'm frustrated. Hey, there's something missing in my life and I don't know what it is.
Can't type fast enough for that.
Well,
Right.
and the thing that disturbs me is when you're in a family unit and you're all in the same room and you're like texting to each other. It's like, what happened to verbalization? What happened to say, hey, I need to talk to you about something? And you're upstairs, hey, I need to talk to you about this. Why don't you come downstairs and talk? Or why don't you say, hey, Mom, I need your attention?
It's like breakups.
Yeah.
Breakups used to happen face to face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said,
There was
where,
no other way.
can I meet you? I don't want to talk. I don't want to say this over the phone. And you meet and you talk face to face, interact. So that way, I mean, you can look in someone's eyes, watch their body language, and you can see how they
The
feel.
Dear John, here it comes.
Yes. Now it's like, whenever my last wife let me know that she was divorcing me, she texted me a long message. It was a text message, and I was in the middle of church, and it was da 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 da. Boom, that was it. That's very impersonal to me. I think, if you're
Right.
going to do something like that, you need to do it to someone's face, so that
Right.
way they can at least express how they feel. But people can't express how they feel.
When I was an adolescent, if you did do it by phone, you know what I mean? So if something was so dramatic and wrong that you didn't want to do it face to face, the only alternative was on the phone, at home, being surrounded by your family and your support.
Right.
There was a lot less likely in a situation where you would break up with somebody where it might become some blow up of dramatic, expression, that they would come and express that around your family without some constraint, without some self-control, without some self-control and some focus on an appropriate way to express it, because
Right.
there might be an actual physical consequence. Somebody might get between you and say, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We don't have that anymore. And I'm wondering, because it's not that I've seen this or that I think this is actually what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on and wondering if it's not a lot of things and that this might be one of them. Because if you think about it, that is a big change in social behavior. It's a big change in how our brains map how we're supposed to act, how we're supposed to express ourselves, how we're supposed to get answers. Everybody's going to this for answers. And now we're finding out that people are putting a lot of wrong answers out there.
Yeah.
And what if,
Intentionally.
but now that's people who weren't always tied to it with no other source. We're growing up, we have a generation of people growing up now who have always been tied to this. They've never had another source. their families and their parents and the people who are supposed to be their actual source, who provide information out of concern, out of wanting to build somebody up and prepare them for their future and prepare for them for what they might face in the future. There's no connection there. There's no personal connection that makes the person on the other end of this important to you, except important in ways like financial or getting likes or getting attention for yourself. There's no personal there's nothing that forces you to have real concern for a person's development, because there's no consequence. If I don't help back when I was young, if you didn't help your children and teach them and prepare them and discipline them, the problem that would develop from that would be at home. And you'd be confronting it one way or the other.
Yeah.
You would, if you didn't confront it appropriately, you would pay the price literally.
Yeah.
Now,
It's like people have absentee parents with their parents in the same room.
right, but because of these, they're out and adults away from home with nobody really caring enough when those things emerge in such a dramatic way that they're there to say, hey, hold on, because it used to be if you really had a blow up or a fit, a parent would grab you and just say, I love you, I'm sorry, but you can't act like this, and they'd stop you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
From hurting yourself or somebody else or damaging property that takes a lot of time and effort to replace and fix. Those are the things. You see people acting out now, destroying entire neighborhoods with no idea of the real damage they're doing and what it takes to recover from it. You're supposed to get that from at home.
Yeah. Yeah, so do you need attention? That is the topic of today's show. The title it turned out being even more than I anticipated it to be. Started out as kind of a ha-ha funny bit, and it is at times, but it's also very serious because we need to know if you're around somebody that you love, ask them if they need attention. Now, their pride might say no, but in reality, they're probably like, yeah, I want attention. Otherwise, why? I require a lot of attention. I'm not gonna lie.
Say it with a humorous grin.
Yes.
Well, good
But
morning,
then
John
once-
Cocroft. Do you need attention, John?
Once the initial, shock of asking somebody that
Just
and
kidding.
because I ask people when I sell them a soda pop
Yeah.
Yeah.
in a to-go cup, in one of their, what are they called? A fountain drink. I
Yeah.
ask them if they need a bag.
Good going, John.
And they look up at me like, they give me this expression. A bag for a fountain drink? And then they see me going, and then they're like, oh, I see you're joking. Right? So that breaks the ice. Do you need attention? Say it that way. Give somebody a sarcastic grin like, hey, but then say, I really do, is there something on your mind?
I really do care about
you
your
know, it seems
well-being
like
and what's
something's
going
going
on.
on.
Yeah.
Because of everything that's going on right now globally and with the coronavirus and everything, do you need attention? And sometimes they might say yes, and sometimes it's like, what are you talking about?
Did you read Larry's comment down there,
No.
Jay?
By the way, Johnny Crocroft said he needs attention at 9.
Said, hey, Jay.
Did you really? Well, I didn't see it. I didn't see. I saw the thing the link you shared with me, but I didn't see the property, so I didn't
I'm
know.
going to be driving, so I
Maybe it's just because technologically I don't know how to access
Said
it.
he put your name on the contract.
I'm interested. I got to figure out how to get the money.
Yeah, that's always fun. Getting the money's fun.
Well, hey, there's a way.
There, hey,
It
God's
turns
got this. My original title for the show was going to be "Don't Stress," but and that's all part of it too.
I'm not going to stress about what happened to me at the doctor's office.
No, that's. You can't. They're stressing out, and it's really way easier to say than it is to do, than to
is.
put in action.
It's not really a choice; it's a reaction.
It is. It is. So you gotta program yourself to literally, in your mind, physically give everything to God. That's why you see me.
And that's the action part.
Yes, I drop it. This is why I drop my hands. God's got this. It's like, if you carried a box, a real heavy something, and then you get to where you as far as you can go,
Thank you,
finally you
Steve.
just drop it and you say, you got this. I can't do it
I'm
anymore.
accepting donations.
Accepting donations for
Yeah,
property.
yeah.
So and that'll be part of my sermon. Love in action. Is picking up where somebody needs help.
So I just lost the video on. It just shut off on
like
Facebook.
donations.
Oh, we got.
It's called an act of kindness.
Yes.
Well, no, I'm not really asking for donations.
And I'm going to be
do
talking.
I do want
about
that
acts of-
though. That would be
That 5 acres would be an answer to prayer, huh?
as long as I can manage to negotiate with the county
loan it
a
to you.
way to build
No, Matt can't loan it to you.
a dwelling place that's smaller than the standard.
So yeah, I mean,
I'm going to be talking about acts of kindness in September.
yeah, acts of kindness are part of love, and that's
Not that I would reject a donation.
so. And pray for me that the Lord speak through me.
Of course, I can
This
pay for it in
weekend?
payments. I'm not saying I can't. I could.
Yeah.
It's just
You just have to work your budget.
and I will pay. I would pay it, but I don't have a lot of money to put down on it.
I'm going to pray the whole time he's preaching.
Please do. I mean, if you think about it,
Yeah.
please do.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
joking.
I want to
half
put
joking,
myself.
but half serious.
Lord, take me out of the way.
Yeah.
Speak through me. Don't let me speak for you. You speak for yourself through me.
If I feel like an
That's what
urge
I've been
to pray
asking.
for you, I will, and I'm being serious about that.
Because my sermon is on love in action and love in action.
So we talked about breaking the ice, and that was fun. It was interesting, and it is
Yeah.
a very good way to do it.
Yeah.
What about after the ice is broken and the person starts to talk? I have a problem listening. I will start to talk and talk and talk and talk. And I think, like, my mind races, and I'm like, point.
And you want to get it out there before you forget it.
Yeah, and then then I run out of time and got to go before the person even ever got to speak.
So it's like, and that happens in our prayer life too.
How do we listen?
Yeah.
How do we, even when we're hearing something we don't want to?
Right.
And
Yeah,
see what I
that's-
just did?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
But how do we
But-
listen when we don't have the time, or when, how do you do it?
Patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think about what you've got going on after that, right?
You
and
got to
then-
know you have the
And
time.
you got to understand that you may not get there when you need to.
Don't just do it for fun to break the ice and to tease somebody, but do
Be
it.
there.
Wait until you know you're ready, especially because usually something like that will be ongoing. You'll see it
Yeah.
time after time, and you'll be like, hey, what's going on here? And so make sure that you already have the time and you're ready to say, hey, do you need attention? Break that ice, have
Yeah.
some fun with it, and then be there after.
Because if you offer that attention and then don't pay attention, that's not fair.
I say it when I don't have the time a lot of times, but that's out of concern. Like, I know something needs to break there.
Right. And Jordan, do you need attention?
No.
All right, just making sure. See, it is funny, and you say it in a joking way, but also mean it, because people might
boy.
say, "Yes, I'm glad you asked," and then talk to you. So you got to be there. You got to be ready to pray while they're talking, if you can. That God give you the words to say to them, and the actions that can help them to get through whatever situation it is that they're going through. Because as you walk through life, every single person that you see is going through something. Everybody is going through something. Everybody has that one or two, probably way more than that, that's stressing them out. An argument, somebody's sick in their family, somebody's dying, somebody has died. We don't know. But what you can do is offer them the attention that they need, even if they don't realize that they need it. But be prepared to offer that to them. That's part of love in action.
Yes.
I'm going to preach my sermon right now. So,
You're practicing.
well, I mean, this is how I feel. This is how I live my life.
Right.
I say this is my mantra, but that's kind of superstition-y kind of deal. No, this is the doctrine I live by is the love of Christ, and I try to live by as best I
We're
can.
still human.
Right, we are human, and I don't.
Well, isn't that a problem with the kind of attention that's needed right now? Is people don't know how, so what they're doing is they're forcing people to pay attention by hijacking
Yes.
everything, and then you don't really pay attention. What you do when you find yourself in that situation is you don't love and listen. What you do is say, this is an enemy who has set themselves against me, and now I'm at war. And how do I stop these people from destroying my neighborhood, from tearing down my government, from, undoing the Constitution? These things end up being, and so we set ourselves against each other. I'm saying that, how do we get, and I'm trying to keep you from preaching your whole sermon.
Yeah. Oh no, because I would. Well, I mean,
Yeah. So, but what do you think of that? Like,
it's a sermon that everybody needs to hear, so it's not specifically for our church. Love.
How do we get them to listen when it's such a dramatic need to express and have somebody else listen?
Yeah.
And it's so dangerous right now and volatile that how do you give them the space to express all of that and then be able to actually supply what it is they need, which is more than likely knowledge.
Yeah.
Because they're adults, let's face it, they have
Sometimes
everything
just
they
an
need.
ear.
They have everything they need right where they're standing to tackle the problems they're facing. But except maybe some knowledge. You know, how do we listen closely enough and satisfy them that they are being heard
Yeah.
to take action and solve the issues and problems they're facing adequately
Good morning, Jennifer.
and get to that point where they're ready for us to respond and help. Like right now, it's so dramatic they don't even want help. They just want to destroy.
Yeah.
So how we've got to find a way to get to that point.
Yeah. As a
Bring it
society,
FYI, our school just released a plan for how the school year is going to turn out.
well, try not to sound so excited
That's
about it.
good.
Well, I'm excited because we're not starting off with a full 5 days.
Of course. But are you still going to have to do work on your days that you're not at school? You're going to have
It's going to be
homework.
open, but we don't have to be there.
You're going to have to do homework.
Not on the days that we're off. I don't think. I need to look. So
I'm sure you will. I'm sure
We're-
they're going to give you home stuff to do.
staff.
Oh yeah,
So
they'll do something.
pray for
hear
this
that.
young man. Yeah.
I hear that, Larry. Sometimes the actual words that you say don't matter at all, except that they recognize you were actually reaching out to try. And sometimes that is enough because
The action
then,
of showing love
yeah,
can make a difference.
yeah.
It can restore someone's hope in humanity
And those
and
words
hope in
take
God
root.
more than humanity. What?
Those words take root. Because did you see Larry's comment?
God gives me words sometimes, but people tell me they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
That's on them, Larry.
Yep.
That's on
if
them.
If it's really God speaking to you, and I believe that, then they're losing out.
Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you.
Sometimes it's hard to say things out of love because you're
gotta open the door.
reacting and you're expressing your displeasure or whatever. And sometimes that can mix up the signal.
But
Yeah.
sometimes it's constructive criticism that they need, and you're doing it out of love versus destructive and just sounding like it's hateful.
Yeah.
It
so I
may
can read
sound hateful to them, but it's actually in love if you really look at it.
That's why love is kind, love is not always nice. Pastor Paul Clark, thank you for that. And he also made a point that, kindness costs somebody something, whether it be time or money. Niceness doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
So it doesn't cost anything to
A
be nice to
smile,
people.
too.
A smile, a hug. Well, you can't really do a hug right now because of social distancing, unless, your family. But,
Right.
Listen to Larry going right to the extreme.
what did he say? Let me refresh my deal here because we've only got 5 minutes left.
Yeah. And I get it. I wonder how to break the ice and see things improve.
It is the extreme. Sometimes you need to step on their head in a creek until you hear them say Jesus. Okay, well,
That's going extreme.
that is a bit extreme.
God would that all men should be saved, though. And I'm not saying these people aren't saved either, but love is all that will remain. So how are we not getting to that? How is what's being expressed and showing it now is not, it can't be interpreted as an expression of love. But we know that that's the need. How do we do it?
How do we do that? Gently.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Sometimes,
We've had a solid 10 viewers.
sometimes there's way more than that. That's just
Facebook.
yeah.
And hey, to those who are adults and an older generation like us,
With love.
we got to look at what's happening right now as though we dropped the ball.
We did drop the ball.
Yeah, we saw this stuff as good because look, the kids weren't climbing a tree, falling out, breaking themselves. They weren't throwing rocks. They weren't getting into stuff they weren't supposed to. That didn't belong to you either. You know what I mean? That wasn't even your stuff. It was somebody else's. All that stuff is done, so we're not so acutely aware of what's going on with our children. This seems okay, right? They're safe.
Yeah.
Well, mostly.
It's like
You know
their
what I mean?
babysitter.
They're not setting themselves on fire. Literally, that used to be a concern when I was young.
Literally. Oh, yeah.
You had, because they would get into the gasoline, try putting it in a styrofoam cup to relight the charcoal fire for the grill because they ran out of food. You know, we did that. We set a fire on a lawnmower full of gas in a basement.
That's not good.
You know where a fire
bad.
goes,
I used to climb
Right.
underneath. Oh, we probably shouldn't be giving people ideas.
but you can
If
guess
you're a
we
child,
got
do
sat
not,
down
Do
and
not do this at home.
look. We
Yeah.
got talked to about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is what's happening now. How do you know this child's in trouble or doing
And then you're
something
trying to talk to the
dangerous?
child, and they're like, yeah.
We dropped the ball.
Yeah.
We should have said,
this
"Hey, we
feels
Or-
should have said, hey,
similar
we need to talk or do something. Let's go do something." You know what I mean? We needed to do this, and we didn't.
The little sire over here.
All that stuff all those issues were still
Are they
there,
talking about, is he talking about
and
you?
we missed it. Now
That's what
these
I'm trying to
children are
figure out.
adults,
Like, is
and
it a
they don't know
sigh?
what to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then when you try to talk to people that are on there, they're really not. They're not interacting with what you're saying. They're not even fully comprehending because their attention is divided to this right here, and
Yeah.
you almost have to text. Like, I was listening to a guy preach a sermon, and he was talking about how he had his entire family, grandkids, kids, grandkids, great grandkids, everybody at this table, and nobody was talking to one another. Everybody had their face down and was looking at the phone. So he sent a group text to every single one of them at the table. Be here now.
This feels
And made them all set their phones down. I mean, they really, I mean, no, I mean, it's,
No, you're right, though.
There's-
That's
yeah,
the right thing to do.
that
That's
is
the
the right thing to do.
responsible thing
Yeah.
for your age to do is to say, you know what, maybe I should, because I might be missing
And
something.
yeah.
And even churches now, it's almost a shame, if not a shame, that the pastor or the youth pastor, youth director has to say, guess what? Drop your cell phones at the basket before you come in here.
Yeah.
Because
A lot of people
otherwise-
use the phone with that has their Bible on it.
Yeah, no, that's true. If
Pull
you're
that
using
mic
it
a
for
little
the
closer to your face there.
only if they're using it for the Bible, or if they're taking notes. But
Yeah.
then they may be taking. You think they're taking notes,
I
and they're
think-
not.
We've got to find a way. Somehow just now he found the conversation to be as interesting enough to put his phone away. He felt the responsibility. He took on the responsibility himself to put that
Put his
down
phone away.
because he heard something happening or being talked
Morning,
about
Linda.
that he thought he should be more closely engaged with. How do we reach this place with all these people? And he's still an adolescent. What about these 25 and 30-year-olds that
I'm
went
guilty of it
10
too.
and 20 more years than him without having this moment?
I'm guilty of it too. I mean,
I'm guilty.
you know, we saw this technology in the movies when we were younger, and we're like, that's never going to happen. And here we are, and it's far surpassed what we saw in the movies whenever we were kids. And you know, it's like, wow, now nobody's paying attention to anybody.
Self-driving cars.
That causes, we'll have that debate later.
You don't even drive your cars now.
Well, him and I have a debate. If you have to keep your hand on the steering wheel, the car is not driving itself.
And listen, and to you who are this generation that's acting out and involved in all of this mayhem and wanting to burn it all down, listen, we've loved you all along. But because of the technology, we didn't know something was going wrong. And we couldn't listen because you weren't speaking. I'm sorry that I let it happen without I didn't even know that this was happening to our young people
And
until they're acting out.
half the things that are going on right now wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for social media and phones.
I agree.
Just like
You're right.
Well, you know what it means, guys. When you hear that
Yes.
sound, it's time for us to get out of here, folks.
Yep.
I hope you got out of this today something that will help you in your day-to-day and your walk with God and your relationship with other people. So we'll be back on tomorrow, same time. Well, not tomorrow. Monday, same time, same channel. Be sure and tune in next for the episode of The Morning Mouth with Johnny Rooster and Pastor Matt, where we talk about no names. All right. So
No names.
and then
Interesting
pray we get
episode.
that all squared away as far as the makeover of the studio and everything like that. Also, let us know how we can pray for you.
How's,
Yeah.
So-
what about Dr. Paul? The happy hour?
Yeah, that's coming up after The Morning Mouth.
You didn't say that, and I thought, uh-oh.
Ozark
No.
Mountain Craft Mall. Check it out if you're in Branson.
Yep. So until then, my friends, may God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt,
My name is Jay.
My name is Steve.
My name is Jordan.
and this has been
The Morning Drive.